Hello everyone, this is Vincenzo and today I want to show you a really nice game I played yesterday against my friend Yaswanth, and this was a very nice game but a bad game for me because, as you can see here, at a certain point I was winning. It was +6 for me, and then I first blundered a draw and then I blundered the game. So we are going to analyze this game and see where I could have done better, and also see why I lost from a winning position. So the first thing you can see here is the accuracy, 73.1, which is good if you are 1400 but not good if you are a 1700. So not my best game, but this was an unrated game, and when it is unrated, we like to play different things or try suboptimal moves just to see what happens. So I'm still happy of this game. So my friend played at 80%, which is obviously better than 73, and as you can see here, I only played one more blunder and one more mistake. So sometimes in chess, the last person who blunders is the person that loses the game. Here you can see that I analyzed some sidelines, and okay, let's start with the analysis. I start with d4, d5, and this is the London, my favorite opening, with bishop f4, and now this move c5, which is quite annoying in my opinion. It is the Steinitz counter gambit. So black strikes immediately in the center, and here I like to play c3 because when I play e3, there is this move queen b6, which is very annoying because puts more pressure on the d pawn and also here on this pawn. So if I go queen c1, for example, to defend, black can just take this pawn, you see? So this is why here in this position I like to play c3, which is the best move according to the engine. Now knight c6, a normal move. As you know, you want to develop your knight behind the pawn and not in front of it. And now e3, because if the queen goes to b6, I can meet this move with queen d3. Okay, another standard move, and I do the same, develop my knight. Now the bishop comes here to pin the knight. I don't see the let's say the danger, and I go bishop d3. Although there might be this move e5, and yes, I can win a pawn, but after the knight moves, this pawn will be won back because this knight is pinned. Right now this is defended, and if I take with bishop, I just trade, double my pawns and lose the bishop pair. So I have seen some advanced bots play this move in this position, and it is quite annoying. Okay, I castle, and then a standard move c4, although this move releases the tension on d4. So I simply retreat my bishop. I want my bishop here on this diagonal to attack later on. Now this move was a little slow, in my opinion, a slow move. It improves black's position, of course, but there is no threat at the moment on b5, so I use this time to centralize my rook because I want to prepare this pawn push, although developing the knight is probably better, as the engine suggests. Okay, now black develops the last piece. I now develop the knight. He castles. I go queen e2 already, but no, it was not a necessary move because, as you can see, I have control over this square because I have a knight, a bishop, and a rook in case I push this pawn. So I could have just pushed. Okay, now black takes more space and I go for the push. Black centralizes the rook and I push again the pawn. Now I think pushing is better than taking, because this will just open the file and my queen will be in danger later. So I push also because I want to attack on the queen, on the king side later. And now black retreats the knight. This will be a standard move to try to break my center. Now I lift the queen because I want to control this square and I want to trade some pieces here. So black advances on the queen side and I proceed to trade my bishop. Now this bishop is hitting nothing and black attacks, and here I saw a very nice move, but I didn't play it because I didn't see the continuation. So the move was knight takes f7, and after king takes I thought about queen f4 attacking the bishop, but you're not winning the bishop back right now because the bishop can just retreat and block the diagonal. But the engine says that there is this move, g4, attacking the pinned piece, which I did not see, and yeah, a normal move, very standard move, but I didn't see it, so this is why I didn't sacrifice my knight. Sorry. Although there is this move, queen h4, which is a very nice move because if you take the bishop, you lose the queen. So very nice move here, and here the engine suggests just bishop takes. We take, black takes. Okay, we are down a piece, but we have a lot of compensation. You can see this pawn can deliver a check with a fork and all sorts of attacks. This knight will jump in. Oops, my draws, my arrows are not looking very good today. So okay, this was a very nice move, which I saw, this knight move, but I didn't see all the sequence of moves, so I just retreated. And now black starts to advance on the queen side, and this is starting to look scary for me because these pawns will break my queen side apart very soon. Now I went queen here with the idea of going rook here, and then maybe queen takes using the pin on the king. But this allows bishop takes, which is the best move and gives black a small advantage, but I thought about this move and it looks good for me because I take with the pawn and now I can slide my king and move a queen directly in front of my opponent's king, which is what I did, although the engine doesn't like this king move and says, man, just focus on the queen side. So, well, I was focusing on the attack, so I proceeded with my idea. Now, this knight maneuver, as you can see, was intended to go here. So after the knight goes here and attacks my queen, I moved the queen, and now I just go here and put a rook on the same file of my opponent's king. Also, this is attacked twice and only defended once. So this was a blunder from Yaswanth, and yeah, it was a weird looking move because he just moved his queen out and now he retreats his queen, but I thought that probably he wanted to defend even more the king side, which is comprehensible because as I said to him after the game, defending is harder than attacking. So when you are under attack, you feel the pressure and you are more likely to make mistakes, whereas when you are attacking, you are putting pressure on your opponents, and unless you blunder or he defends perfectly, you are more likely to get the advantage. So after this move, I took to win a pawn, and now my attack is looking stronger with a rook on g6. Now he attacked my queen, I just moved my queen here, and apparently this move blunders all the advantage I had, where this move, queen g4, keeps the advantage, +3 advantage. But my idea with going queen h5 was simply taking this pawn, using the pin and winning another pawn. So Yaswanth sees the threat and decides to defend. Apparently the best move here is taking, which I don't really get because I can just recapture, but this is the engine. So also this pawn now is undefended with a possible attack on the knight, and you will see that this will be a key move later on in the game. Now I obviously double up my rooks on the g file to put my pressure here, and now he takes the pawn, and I thought this was a blunder, and as you can see now I have the advantage of being +6, but not for the reason many of you will think, because here I played the most obvious looking move, which is rook takes to win the queen, right? This is a check, my rook is defended, and this wins a queen, yes, but for 2 rooks, as you can see here. And the engine says that this is a draw, as you can see, 0.00. Now the king takes, and now I deliver a check, and wow, and there is this move which I would have never found probably. Let's say, why is this move good? I mean, don't I just lose my knight? Yeah, the engine was saying that that was a good move, but it just loses a knight. You see, I'm minus 3 here in this position. That was weird. You see, knight e4 is an alternative, and here it says that it is still equal, but when I play it, it's minus 3. So very weird move. And now here my knight is under attack, and I only consider a couple of moves, which were going knight here to get a piece closer to their king, because as you can see, I have a queen, but for 2 rooks. So this is scary. And yeah, I went I consider knight here, which looks ridiculous because the rook will just take the pawn and attack my knight, and if I defend, this is very passive. I lose another pawn. These pawns are looking very scary now, so I didn't really consider knight b1. And the last move I considered was queen takes, which is the best move, but I thought that if I take and black takes, and I take the knight and black takes here, I mean, this looks bad for me, because one of these pawns will promote, and I have a queen for 2 rooks, but apparently there are checks, like perpetual checks, so it is a draw. So I didn't want a draw, and instead I played this move and blundered the game completely. And obviously Yaswanth found the best move here, the only winning move, which was rook g8. And now I didn't see this move, and I'm in trouble here. In fact, I'm completely lost, because if I save my queen, I get mated. I get mated here. So there is no way for me to save my queen and also defend. I was completely lost. Then here the engine suggests to go knight here, sacrifice the queen for a rook. I won't play any of these. Instead, I decided to get mated and took a pawn, and this was a mating too. So a very nice game. I didn't play very good in the end, but yeah, I was greedy. I thought that winning the queen was an easy win for me, but the engine says that it was a draw, and then I even blundered the draw and lost the entire game. So I wanted to show you this game because you can see that you should never resign. You always, if you're losing, always try to complicate the position and get an advantage, put pressure on your opponent, all of this, because your opponent will eventually crack under the pressure. So never resign. And yeah, this was the game. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks to Yaswanth for the game. It was a very nice game, and see you in the next video.